Hey guys, I'm Aaron. Welcome back to the channel. You've probably been following along my broken Boxster battle, and this is going to be episode 9, I think. So if you are behind, there's a playlist in the description. Start from the beginning if you want to be entertained. Check out all of the steps that we took to get here. So we have bank 1 off, as you should have seen. And now we're going to try to dive a little bit deeper into this thing. I bought this pretty engine stand, thinking that I would put this engine on there to make it a little easier to be able to rotate it around and to get to stuff. But as you might have seen in my transmission removal video, this torque converter is stuck on here until I can rotate the engine enough to get the bolts off and take that out. So we are stuck on the table for now. So the goal of this video is to pull the cams out and to pull this, I don't know, is this thing called a cam carrier? It seems like I've heard that term before. I don't know. Whatever this plate is here that is inside the head, so that we can see down there to see a little more of what is going on and what might have caused our chain to be all jacked up. So so I'm just gonna start removing bolts and getting this thing out. And again, to save us both time, I'm just gonna start removing stuff and fast forward it because I do have a whole video on removing the cams that is nice and detailed for you. So while that one is a 5 chain and this is a 3 chain, it is different. So the tensioner is a lot different than mine. I'm sorry, the guide rail here is a lot different than mine. But let me just pull this cam out and we'll take a look at it. Couple more bits of knowledge. Changing the guides on the 3 chain are much easier. You don't even have to take the cams off, just take this little plate out apparently. And also learning that this is broken. So this could be part of our original problem. All right, well, chain being broken could be part of the issue, just a guess. Ooh, looky, I can see the intermediate shaft in there. Oh yeah, is this bad? Well, I mean, you know I gotta try it now. Let's see. All right. Let's try the bad way. Oh. I can back it up. Shit, it's slippery. This side seems fine. Yeah. All right, so that's pulling my chain back in. Oop. Yeah. Well, it was worth a try. All right, so how do these things come out? Just take them out. All right. Now, normally I guess you would number them, but I know that I won't be reusing any of this. So I'm just gonna throw them all together. Let's see where the magnets come in now to pull them out when you can't reach them. Let's see if this one's strong enough. Oh, yes it is. Excellent. Yeah. Oh, let me show you guys this, since I've never seen one of these up close. This is what they look like. Got a little groove around them, a little hole in one location in that groove, and like that. And there is a little bit of a give when you push on that. So I guess that's what the valve hits up against. That's right. Let's look at our offending one. Oh, yeah. So I guess that shot through our cam cover and created that hole. Okay, so here are our valves. And that one is the bad one. So let's just continue with the removal. And I don't know if this is the correct process for taking this out, because I don't plan on putting this one back in, so I don't care. This piece looks really good. No gouges or anything that I can see. All right, so this is what the valves look like from behind there. Again, this being the one that shot the lifter out. And yeah. Still no obvious signs to me, at least, of anything here. All right, I think the next step is to take the head off, but in order to do that, I have to take off some of the intake manifolds and other stuff that's attached to the head to get that off. So I'm gonna do that now. And in case you guys missed it, I have a Facebook, kapow, and Instagram, kapow pages, where if you were following these like a week in advance, you would have seen some of this stuff. So if you're really curious and want more live updates, make sure you follow me there, and then you can kind of comment and see what's going along before the videos come out. I'm just gonna document a little bit of what I'm doing here. First, I wanna pop this thing off. So it's got this little gray ring like we did before. Oops. Push it in, pull it out. So, one easy connection, that was nice. All right, what do we wanna do next? All right, so our AOS is mounted to that. Use my awesome little tool here. Disconnect breather hose, AOS. Little cable strap kind of thing holding the wiring harness in. Just gonna undo that. Pull the harness out of the way just enough to get to this other bolt. Oh. That was this little bolt that kind of went to the fuel rail right here. And there's another one on this side of the fuel rail. And if it does fall down on you, it will be caught by the block, so it can't go too far. Unplug our fuel injectors, just a little button to press. This thing should pull back out. Not a bolt in the middle somewhere. So this fuel rail is only held on by 2 bolts, one on each end. Interesting. And this wire disconnects from here. Try not to break the brittle plastic. And these 4 wires on the end. Oh, gotta disconnect one more. These 4 wires on the end go under the fuel line and rail, or between these 2. Remember that for later. Everything else goes on top of it, except for our spark plug connections. Unwind this. Oh. Okay, so our fuel line over here is still on here. So we'll just kind of set this aside. We can easily see that there are still 2 bolts for this guy. So we got one more here. Probably easier to go down here. It's loose, and then there's one at the very end. Sneak right down past the AOS. Here. There's one more hiding right here under this tube. Now it's all disconnected. Okay. So just pop off. Uh-oh. Okay. So to To remove it though, we do have to remove this black tube that is coming from the AOS under there. And let's see. Oh, I just pulled right off. That seemed a little dubiously too easy. Oh yeah, I see it's supposed to have one of those connectors on it, like on the other side, but it snapped off. So, shove that through there. Feed him through here. Ta-da! I think our next logical step is to get the AOS off. And the clamp down here, the infamous clamp. This would be impossible to get this thing off if it was in the car, because this thing is angled. The clamp, you can't reach around it. There we go. Okay. This thing actually looks really new. All right, I think it's head removal time. This might be my first time ever using a T55. Just notice this piece laying in there. Not sure what that is at the moment. Ooh. That is a real bolt. All right, this bolt is coming in contact with whatever this sensor is over here. So I'm gonna pop that thing off. Actually, I'll just back it out a little bit. That's it. I assume this is going to be kind of heavy when it comes down. Not sure. Well, there's a couple 5mm bolts on this side. But this next one is under these hard pipes. So if this was on an engine stand, I would be able to bend those back out of the way. Ah, that's when these come in handy. it. All right, there's a little connector here. Take this off. There. Wires up here. All right, I don't know if it's ready to come off, but I want to give a little bang on it just to see. Get my feet out of the way. All right, so over here, that's one of the 10 millimeters. That is the other one. It was hiding behind these pipes. And then there's one third one. Oh, you can kind of see it right there. Right. And I'm gonna try to get something through there to reach. Oh, maybe I said 10 millimeter. That's the 5 millimeter hex. So, oh yeah, okay. Oh man, it is just barely long enough, but not much room to turn on it. Yeah, this is gonna take a while. All right, then on the side right here, we have a 6 millimeter that's holding that chain guide on. Just unscrew this till the threads are out, pull it out. That's what it looks like. Now, in theory, this thing, yeah, I can move it now. God, it's busted up. All right, that's disconnected from there. So now maybe we can whack it. Wait, I think there, yeah. I think there might be one bolt behind this that I can't see because that chain rail is all jacked up. The 5 chain, there's still one more bolt back there. This is starting to come off over here. Yeah, I don't feel that budging at all when I'm turning this. Well, I guess we can't hurt this side any more than it's already hurt. So. Well, crap, just used my bore scope and that made me realize that I can actually see through it from here. And with the light, I can see that the bolt I need to get is indeed right down there. So, FML. We're gonna try some jungle tactics. Try to hit it from over here. 5-0. All right, good news, bad news. The case is starting to come apart on me now, since there's only that one bolt holding on. Bad news. Obviously that one bolt is still holding it on. All right, I threw one of those long bolts back in just so it won't separate on me while I'm trying to do this. Yes! Haha! Victory. All right, I'll take even small successes. So, don't know what it was hung up on, but our last bolt. All right, so this thing is super loose now, so let me take out this other one that I put back in. I guess I'm gonna find out how heavy this thing is. Checking that everything is disconnected. Yeah, our arm is holding it in right now. O2 sensors caught over there. Ooh, it's heavy. Ugh. I removed the head. Ugh. All right. I gotta figure out where to put this thing. Ugh. All right, what we have been waiting for. Let's see here. Bores. Pistons. I don't see any cracks in the cylinders. They actually look fine, other than all the carbon deposit on them. The upper chain guide, absolutely destroyed, and probably what got caught on the chain and broke the chain. So now when I rotate the crank, you can see the pistons moving. So the pistons aren't broken. Easy time to clean these. I just realized that this bottom rail, there is also a place to remove the bolt for it. So this upper one, we removed the bolt that was on the case, and this one, looks like we can get to it right down there. So let me go ahead and remove that so I can pull this rail out. All right, this one's back to a 5mm. Yummy. All right. All right, here's the end of the top one, I think. And And the bolt that's still holding this one on is behind the flywheel, I think. There's lots of broken chainrail bits in there. All right, one last thing I'm gonna try before I give up on turning the crank as it is to remove the timing chain over here that is holding things in with the IMS. And then I'll see maybe that unlocks something. All right, got it out. It's pretty easy to push. All right, I think we're gonna stop here for this episode, guys. So appreciate you following along, and I'm really surprised at how good everything in here seems to look, which makes me think possibly the reason was just a rail guide failure, which caused the chain to snap and break things. But let me know your thoughts at this stage now, if you think it's worth trying to repair, or what you guys would do. So I'll see you on the next episode.